No. We'll discuss the role of pituitary hormones. What does this hormones does? Okay. Growth hormones targets all the cells. Stimulates growth hormones, growth and repair. Hypersecretion of growth hormones leads to gigantism. Gigantism means higher increase in the rate. Lower secretion of growth hormone result in dwarfism. Important to note. TSH is a thyroid stimulating hormone that act on thyroid cells. It stimulates or secretes these hormones, that is thyroxine, that is T4, and thyronin, that is T3. It regulates the body metabolism activity. Adenocorticotropic hormone, that is adrenal gland, which targets the adrenal cells, stimulates the adrenal gland to produce glucocorticoid hormones. Prolactin, breast, stimulates the growth of mammary glands and formation of milk. LH, testes and ovaries, LH and FSH. Gonadotrophin stimulate the gonadal activity. LH stimulates the synthesis of secretion of hormone androgens from the testes, stimulates ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone. Please write down. Janelle, can you see it now?
No, ma'am.
Nobody can see?
Ma'am, the slide of pituitary hormones is being.
Okay. Can you see it now? No. Okay, let me relog in and come. 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. Until then, learn those pituitary hormones. Can you see now? Can you all see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please write down this. Very important. On which cells it targets and what is the functions of the hormones. Please do let me know once it is done. Is it done, everyone? Okay, fine. Okay, next. Ovary stimulates the growth of development of ovarian follicles in female. This is all about pituitary. Next comes to anterior pituitary. Next comes to middle pituitary, which is melanocyte stimulating hormone. It stimulates the production and release of melanin, which regulates the color of the pin. Okay, that regulates the pigmentation of the skin. Oxytocin is a uterus act on uterus and breast. What does it do? It's oxytocin is coming from the posterior pituitary. You know which is anterior, median, and posterior now. Oxytocin stimulates a vigorous contraction of uterine at the time of childbirth. See, during the childbirth, the child is inside the womb. How does the child come out? With the contraction of uterus and the pushing of the baby. So, who triggers this contraction? Oxytocin triggers this contraction. And it is also a milk ejection hormone. See, only milk ejection from the mammary gland means what? The prolactin will produce the milk, but in the mammary gland, but it is not out still. The milk is out only once the baby is out. Once the how with the help of oxytocin the baby is out and the milk start to produce that comes out of the nipples. So that is due to the which hormone? Oxytocin. Very important, the milk letdown or milk ejection hormone is dash. Oxytocin. Vasopressin or ADH, you know this, we have studied in the kidney also. It stimulates the reabsorption of water and electrolyte by distal tubules and reduce the loss of water through urine. Clear everyone? Any difficulties there? Is it visible now? Please write down. Done. Everybody done.
Ma'am, just 2 minutes.
Okay, next. So you can see a dwarf man and a gigantism, the tall man, tallest man. So this is how. Can you see the screen? Dwarfism and gigantism. Yes, right. Can you see it or not? Oversecretion of growth hormone leads to gigantism. Low secretion leads to dwarfism. Dwarf. Any doubts here? Is everything clear? Okay. Next. Next, write down. Hypothalamus. Write down about hypothalamus. The location is below the thalamus and just above the brainstem. We have studied it synthesizes and secretes certain neurohormone. This hormone regulates the synthesis and secretion of pituitary. Basically, pituitary is lower, hypothalamus is above, right? Below the thalamus. This hypothalamus has its control over pituitary whether to secrete which hormone or not. So the hypothalamus is said to be master of master gland. Two types of hormones are produced by hypothalamus. One is Whether one is releasing hormone, other is inhibitory hormones. If, for example, growth hormone, FSH hormone, that are released from where? That are released from pituitary. But who is giving the command? The command is given by hypothalamus. It can be either to release or either to inhibit. Got the point? Yes, everyone. Understood? Please write down. Done, everyone. Any doubts with this slide? Come on, tell me. Any doubts? Okay, next. Hypothalamus. Now, which, as I said, the hormones are synthesized here. Whether they need to be released or not, that signal is coming from the hypothalamus. So, for example, synthesized release of hypophysiotrophic hormones, TRP, that is, write down, wait a minute, I'll write down this slide. Okay, draw everybody this one. Neural control over pituitary. Write down neural control over pituitary. Done, everyone? Hello, you need to be quick. We need to cover up very soon. My dear students, are you all done? Next. Write down.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide for 1 second?
I'm asking you 3-4 times. You people do not respond. You write down this, then I'll show you. When I'm asking you, you do not respond. When I change, Done, everyone?
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide?
Everybody done with this slide?
Ma'am, what is written before body?
Herring body. Herring. Herring's body.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, check for the previous slide quickly.
Done, ma'am. Thank you.
Now listen. There's an anterior pituitary, there's a middle, and there's a posterior, right? Anterior and the middle together is called what? Tell me, unmute yourself and say anterior and the middle pituitary together is called what? Padma, what it is called anterior and the middle pituitary together? Nobody knows? What is the posterior lobe of the pituitary called? Can you all hear me or no? Okay, if you do not respond, I'm not going to teach you. Next topic. Then why it takes so much time to tell the post? What is the anterior and the middle lobe is called of the pituitary? Posterior lobe is neurohypophysis. What about anterior and middle? Adenohypophysis. Very good. Now, adenohypophysis. You guys are very late. I don't want a late response. I want a quick response. Adenohypophysis is anterior and the middle lobe, right? It releases the hormones which release from the uh, adenohypophysis. You are aware, right? Now, what happened is you are aware of it. Whether to release those hormone or not is coming from where? It's coming from hypothalamus. So if you see RF is releasing factor, whereas IF is inhibitory factor. So if RF is coming, it will come down and release and tell the pituitary to release the factor. If IF is coming, it will tell the pituitary to stop release the factor. So this happened to hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. If you remember, we studied a portal system, right? Hypophyseal portal system. That is what is a hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. Is the point clear? So the anterior pituitary and the middle pituitary is under the control of what? Directly or indirectly control of what? Is it direct control of hypothalamus or indirect control? Done? What is it? I'm not getting the answer. It is indirect control because releasing hormone and inhibitory factors will tell the pituitary to release those factors or not. Is the point clear? Next. Neurohypophysis. Now, when we come to this part, that is neurohypophysis or posterior lobe, here the neurosecretory cells or nerve cells produces the hormone ADH and oxytocin. This, which is synthesized by the neurosecretory cells, they releases the hormones ADH and oxytocin is synthesized where? In the hypothalamus. They come and store in the hearing bodies, which are axon terminals. They store here, and after they store here, this releases and then when it is required, they release the hormone, that is ADH and oxytocin. And pituicytes are the supporting cells. Did you understood this diagram? Any doubts with this diagram? Any doubts? Read that chart which I gave you just now quickly and refer to this diagram. Clear? So how many releasing factors are there? And how many inhibitory factors are there? That's the question. Total factors, including total factors, are 9. Okay. Out of 9, 6 are releasing factor and 3 are inhibitory factor. The 6 releasing, which are those factors? GH, growth factor, RF. It is also called stomatocrinin. First one. Second is TSH, RF, also called thyrotrophin, RF. The third one is ACTH, RF. The fourth one is prolactin, RF. Fifth one is gonadotrophic or GNRF. The sixth one is melanocyte stimulating RF. So these all are RFs. Which are the IFs? Inhibitory ones. Seventh one, growth hormone IF, or it is also called somatostatin. Eighth one, IF. Ninth one is MSH IF. Please write down this. Done. Done. Did you all understood the easy way to remember or tricks for IF of hypothalamus? Mama, sorry, Papa, Mummy, society. The only for inhibitory. If you remember inhibitory, you know the others. They'll ask you which among this is inhibitory factors. So you should remember them. MSH, IF, STH, IF. Done. Everybody done? Any doubts? See, for each and every slide, I can ask you once or twice. If you do not respond, I'm going to the next slide. Okay? Any doubts to anybody there? Okay. Next gland is pineal gland. Next gland is pineal gland. Tell me, where is the pineal gland present? We studied this. When we are doing the nervous system, we studied where is the pineal gland present. Who can tell me this? Very good. In epithalamus, right? You remember epithalamus? On the epithalamus, I told you there is a small place which is called as pineal gland. Do you remember, my dear students? So, pineal gland is a reddish gray and about a size of a grain of size in humans. What is the location? What is the function we discuss about the pineal gland? Tell me. Tell me about the function. Anyone, what's the function of pineal gland? These all are important question. Very important questions. Melatonin. Yeah, they produce melatonin. What is the function of the melatonin hormone? The sleep awake cycle. Do you remember I told you the sleep awake cycle is due to the hormone melatonin. It's the dorsal side of forebrain that is on the epithalamus. Hormone melatonin function, it affects the modulation of sleep pattern in the circadian rhythm and seasonal function. It helps in maintaining the body temperature. The main function is sleep awake cycle. So when I say sleep awake cycle, melatonin is increased in day or night. Melatonin increase in day or night.
Day.
Melatonin increase in day, then you sleep in day. If melatonin increase in day, then you should sleep in day. Night. So melatonin increases in night. Write down. Melatonin increases in night. It helps to maintain the body temperature. It influences the metabolism, pigmentation, and menstrual cycle as well as our defense capability. So these are the main function is sleep awake cycle. They'll ask you what is the function, the main function of or the biological clock. It is also called as biological clock or diurnal cycle or diurnal cycle, sleep awake cycle. So they say as much you sleep, your body maintains, like you should have a proper sleep because all the metabolism, it plays a very good role in basal metabolic rate. Is it clear? And also it helps in lightening and fairing the skin color also. It says, okay, that's not so important, but the main important is um, sleep awake cycle. The skin turned darker because of this hormone. See, basically, melanin stimulating hormone that is coming from pituitary that is involved with the skin. Okay, are you understanding? Melanin stimulating hormone. If that hormone is more, then there is a possibility of the skin darkening. This it says melatonin basically it plays a role in the lower vertebrates, not in the human being. Is it clear? The lightening of the skin mostly in the lower vertebrates. Clear? Very important to note. Write a note. Any other doubts to anybody there? Note melatonin is antagonistic. Very important question to MSH. That is MSH is melanocyte stimulating hormone. Why I'd say antagonistic? What do you understand by antagonistic? Antagonistic means what? Mhm. Opposite. Antagonistic means opposite to MSH. See, melatonin increases when? Where it is? Melatonin increases in dark. Whereas MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone, that is a pigment which is coming from pituitary gland, this increases in day. So they both are opposite. Did you got the point? What is antagonistic? Yes or no? Everybody got the point. So I hope you understood what is antagonistic. Melatonin is a hormone coming from which gland? Melatonin is coming from which gland? Come on, tell me. Melatonin is released by which gland? Hello. Pineal gland. And this increases in dark. MSH is coming from which gland? MSH is coming from which gland? Pituitary. And this increases during the day. So they are antagonistic. Is the point clear to all? Okay. Next. Can you see the pineal gland? The small size of the pineal gland. Can you see? Where is the pineal gland? It's very rice shape. Very small. Next. Next, we'll discuss about the thyroid gland. Write down about the thyroid gland. The location of the thyroid gland it's a small butterfly shaped gland located at the base of the neck below the thyroid cartilage. Below the larynx, this is called thyroid gland. What is the shape? It's kind of a butterfly or H shape. Do you agree? It is composed of two lobes located on either side of the trachea. Right? You have this is the gland, which you have one is this side and one on this side. This two lobes, this is a trachea. On either side, there are two lobes. Point is clear? Are you understanding any doubts? Any doubts for today's class? We'll read more about thyroid gland in the next class. No doubts? Can we wind up for today's class? Yes, everyone. Okay then. See you all in the next class. Until then, bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye. Ma'am, can you show the trick slide? Pravalisa, you wanted to see the trick slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute. Oh. Where is the slide? Yeah, can you see it?
None, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.